Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate string builder and string buffer classes in Java. So let's get started. As already explained in the previous session that when we create the strings using a string class, okay, in Java when you create the strings using the string class, such strings are immutable in nature. Strings created using string class in Java are immutable in nature. So, programmatically, it may see that we are able to modify or update the string, original string. But internally, when you update the string, internally, for every updation, a new object is getting created. Okay? Without disturbing the original object, a new object with a new string is getting created. For example, as already explained in the previous session, guys, string str is equal to, if I give Java here, what happens in the computer memory? Externally, it's fine. But internally, computer memory wise, they are immutable in nature. Strings created using the string class in Java are immutable in nature. Internally, guys, not externally, not programmatic wise, but internally, what is happening internally. In the computer memory, one object will be created. In that object, Java will be stored. Okay, in this object one, Java will be stored. Now in the next line, if I say str is equal to Python, if I say str is equal to Python, if I print a system.out.println, and if I print str, Python will be only printed externally. It looks like we are able to update the Java with Python externally. Programmatic wise, no difference. But internally, what is happening? Internally in the computer memory, here already first object got created. When I created the string str is equal to Java, one object got created, some memory got allocated for this object, and Java got stored here. Java got stored here. Now the moment I say str is called Python, here Java in this particular object memory is not replaced with Python. Okay, here Java is not getting updated in the memory by Python. Rather, what Java is doing is in the memory, it's creating one more object, and in that it is storing Python. Without updating Java with Python, instead what the Java is doing in case of this particular string created use string class, it's not updating the string text. Rather, it's creating a new object by storing the new string, and this str is now referring to this Python and it's not referring to Java. So, in an indirect way, it's updating, but direct way you say it's not really updating. Java is not getting updated with Python internally in the computer memory. That's why strings created using the string class in Java are immutable in nature. This concept I've explained in detail in the previous session with practical demonstration I explained, guys. So look into the previous session. Go through the previous session, guys. Now, but the strings that you create with the help of string builder and string buffer classes are mutable in nature. They are not immutable. They are mutable. That means they are modifiable at the internal level itself. In the memory also, not just programmatical wise, but here in the memory also, they are updated. The original strings will get updated with the latest strings. Okay. So coming to the strings created using string builder and string buffer classes are mutable in nature. That means they are updated or modified internally also. Okay. Unlike the strings created with string class, they are modified internally at the memory level. Here, Java will get updated with Python in the original object itself. That's what is the benefit. Okay. But how to create the strings with the help of string builder and string buffer? But how to create the strings? How to create strings using this? How to create strings using this string builder and string buffer classes? There is only one way of creating, guys. Unlike string class, where we have two ways. One is shortcut representation way, whatever the way I showed you here, string str is equal to Java is a shortcut representation. Other way of creating the strings using string class in Java is string str is called new string of Java also we can give. That's another way. There are two ways of creating strings using string class. But in case of this creating the strings using string builder and string buffer classes, there is only one way, that is string builder SB is equal to new string builder. Like this, only one way is there. Okay, there's only one way of creating the strings using string builder and string buffer classes in Java. Okay, string buffer SB is equal to new string of string build buffer of whatever it is. Okay, So this is the only way of creating the strings using the string builder and string buffer class in Java. Unlike here, we don't have the shortcut representation like string class. Fine. This is the only way of creating. Now, you see, when you are able to create the mutable strings using the string builder and string buffer classes, why we need both? Why we need both, guys? We can have only one, right? Because both of them are creating the mutable strings only. I can have string builder or string buffer. Enough, right? But here, there is a difference between string builder and string buffer, guys. Coming to the string builder, it's generally used in single threaded environments. Okay? When there are no multiple threads, single threaded we say. Single threaded environments we use a string builder. Whereas this is multi-threaded environments we can use a string buffer. Okay, so for now you just remember this, guys. I don't want to go to this particular multi-threading topics in detail. Okay, because those topics are not required for Selenium automation anyhow. So I'm not covering what is threading, what is thread concepts, what is single threaded, multi-threaded. I'm just explaining at a high level that using any of these classes we can create mutable strings. Okay, because there are two ways of two classes for creating these mutable strings. Because string builder is generally used in single threaded. String buffer is used in multi-threaded. Okay, both are same, but single threaded and multi-threaded is the difference. Okay, so and this particular classes has lots of predefined methods. Okay, so some predefined methods of the string class are also present in this string builder and string buffer, guys. Apart from that, some special predefined methods which are related for experiencing the mutable nature of the strings created using the string builder and string buffer are available here. A lot of predefined methods are there in string builder and string buffer classes. So for now, let me practically demonstrate how to create the string builder and string buffer classes before going to these predefined methods. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here, I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as some random name. Okay, give some random name, guys, and here create a new. Okay, create strings using this string builder and string buffer, guys. String builder SB is equal to new string builder, and here I'll give the data. Similar way you can do with the string buffer also. In place of string builder, you put string buffer. That's it. Or else let me create string buffer SF is equal to new string buffer of let's say C# or something. I'll give. Fine. Now this is how we need to create the strings using string builder and string buffer class in Java. Now, if I want to update this Java with some other string, we cannot write like this. We cannot write like this. This is not the way of updating the strings related to string buffer in Java. Okay. If you have created a string using normal string class, then you can update the data which is stored in this string using this kind of strategy. But here, this is not the right way. You'll get the error like this. Type mismatch cannot convert from string to string buffer, it's saying. This is string type, this is string buffer, it is saying. Both are different ways. You cannot update like this. How to update them? Using the predefined methods, of the builder only or string buffer only, we can update. We cannot update the data, the strings directly. Here, the way of updating is completely different from the string class, guys. How to update the strings which are stored in this SB object reference? Not directly. There is a different way. Okay. So how to update it? It's a different concept, guys. Okay, it's a different concept. How to update is a different concept. Okay, so I will not cover here. Okay, so we can set the length of these things to 0, and after that sb dot set length. You have to set it to 0. That means Java will be removed from the original place, and now I can say append of, I'll say Python. Okay, you have not explained about this predefined methods already, guys. Okay, I have not explained this set length and append kind of methods which are related to string builder and string buffer classes. So set length, what it will do, it will simply remove. You see, the moment you created this string with the Java string with the help of the string builder in the computer memory, let's say this is a computer memory, some memory got allocated here. Okay, an object got created, and that for that object, some memory got allocated. An object got created, and in that string got in that allocated memory, that string builder string, that is Java got created here. Now when I say, using this object reference, when I say set length of 0, instead of creating a new object and all, here what is happening? When I say set length, you see 0 means it's removed, deleted. Okay, from the memory, Java has deleted. Now at this point of time, when I say set length of 0 means nothing is there in the object 1. Empty string is there. Okay, without this Java, empty string is there. Now if I say append, when I use append, what will happen? In this memory, in the same object memory itself, Python will be stored. So every time we are updating the string, a new object is not getting created. With the help of these predefined methods, we have to update in case of string builder and string buffer, guys. Okay, unlike string class where we update like this, str is equal to Python. It's not possible in string builder and string buffer. The way to update is by using these predefined methods which operate on the same string. Okay, they will modify or update the same string internally and externally at the same time. Okay, not only an updation or modification of this particular Java is happening externally, programmatically, but also internally, memory-wise also here, Java was replaced with Python with the help of these predefined methods of the string builder class. So if I print SB, let's see what is getting printed. Let's run this and see what is getting printed. Python updated thing is getting printed. Okay, updated thing is getting printed. With the help of the predefined methods, I'm updating this Java with Python here and the same object. Okay, only one object is getting created. In that object, Java was stored. And after that, when I say set length of 0, Java got removed, empty, okay, and nothing was there, and that got appended with Python. Now in place of Java, in the same object, Python is there. This is a way of updating. The same thing is for string buffer also. We have the same methods for string buffer also, buffer also, guys. Sf dot set length. Again, you will get the same methods. Just thing is that this is single threaded, this is multi-threaded. This is generally used in single threaded environment. This is multi-threaded environments they will use in buffer. Okay. So, but the concepts are same. They will both create the mutable strings. Okay. They will both create the mutable strings. Here you see the same thing I'm doing. I'm just doing the same thing. Here C# will be updated with Python. Simple. System.out.println. Yes, yeah. When I print this, Python will be printed. For this also, Python will be printed. Okay. C# got updated with Python. So this is a way to create the strings using string builder and string buffer classes. And I just covered some two predefined methods, okay, two special predefined methods of the string builder class and string buffer class in this session, that's setLength and append. But I'll be covering them again in the coming sessions, guys. Okay. So only the important predefined methods of string builder and string buffer I'm going to cover. I'm not going to cover all the complete predefined methods of string builder and string buffer. I'm not going to cover. But before I wind up this session or stop this session or complete this session, let me take you to the library of, okay, let me take you through the library of Java JDK21 API library. Just go here, guys, and in this, search for string builder or string buffer. Anything you can search, not a problem. Both are same. But one is for single threaded, other is for multi-threaded. If you go for string builder here, if I go for string builder here, I scroll down here, you see a lot of methods are there. Append method, which is kind of new, right? It's not there in the string class. And then we have, you see, capacity is also not there in the string class. Caret is already there in the string class. Okay. Some methods from the string class will be there. Some special methods related to string builder and string buffer will be there here. Okay. So a lot of delete is not there in the string class, but it is there here. Index of is there in the string class. Some will be repeated. Some insert is not there in the string class. They are in the string builder class. So like that, length is already there in the string class. Index of last index are all there in the string class. Reverse not there in the string class. Okay. So all these methods that you see specially available in this string builder class, like append or append or delete caret, then insert, then reverse, replace, all these kind of methods, or set caret, set length. This kind of methods will, these methods are there here for updating the strings internally also. Okay. So internally also, since we are able to update or modify the strings, this kind of methods are available in the string builder and string buffer class, but not in the string class. There are some 6 to 7 important predefined methods of the string builder class, which are not there in the string class, but they are in the string builder and string buffer class, because the strings which are created using the string builder and string buffer classes are mutable in nature. So we are not wasting the memory here. Like we wasted the memory in string class while updating the things. Here we are not wasting the memory. That's why this kind of methods are not provided with the string class. They are provided with the string builder and string buffer classes only. So in the next coming sessions, I'm going to demonstrate these predefined methods for you. The important six to seven predefined methods of the string builder and string buffer class I'm going to cover in the next sessions. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.